Well, today here we got this 92 Ford Mustang LX here. It's got the 5.0 5-speed in it, convertible. It's been sitting here for a while, as you can tell. It's been under this carport here, and it's been sitting here for a good little while. The sun's baked the paint on it here, as you can see. I think the guy told me it's been sitting here for about 12 or 13 years is the last I remember, or he remembers the thing running. So you can tell here the tires are nice and flat on it. On this side, one of them up there had some air in it still. But this thing's been sitting here a while. Got a little bit of rust here on the trunk, as you can see here. Over here, got stuff piled up against it here, some toolboxes and saws and stuff. But both tires are flat on the side. You can barely tell. You can see it's all dusty and dirty. It's hard to see with the sun glare. But cat's been running over here. You got some cat prints on it and stuff. But let's check out the inside of it here and see how bad it looks. Pretty sure he was working on the interior of it the last he parked it. You can see there's some parts off of it here, like that speaker cover, and over there on the door, the speakers. Yeah, it's out of it down there, door handle and stuff. But we'll see if we can get this thing run today. Like I said, it's a 5-speed, and you know, the interior in this thing doesn't look too bad actually. Got the cloth interior in it here. And this car here would probably clean up pretty nice. You can see here, it's, you know, windshield's all nice and filthy and dirty. It's been sitting a while. Got some cobwebs and stuff in it here. But let's see if we can pop the hood on it here. If it will. Let's see here. Where is the hood latch here? Here it is here. Oh, it actually popped. How many miles is on this car? Let's see here. It says, oh, it says 195. I bet you that's been rolled over, so it's probably yeah, that'd be rolled over. It's probably 100,000 and 195 miles. All right, got the hood popped here. Let's see if we can open this hood up here and see what's living under here, what's even under here. See if I found the hood latch. There we go. Oh yeah, there you go. Some nice cobwebs under here. You can tell this thing hasn't been running in a while. It's all over the belts there and stuff like that. As you can see here, it's been sitting a good little while. Got a mud dauber's nest there. It does have a little rust there coming around the shock tower there, as you can see. But don't look like nothing's really been living up in here much, as I see. But let's get checking the fluids on it and stuff, and maybe throw a battery in it, see what comes on. I do have a set of keys for it, so we don't have to worry about that. And you know, see how nasty it is. I did bring some oil with me, but you know, I don't know if I'll change it or not. Alright, I figure here we'll check the oil on it here first. You know, this thing's been sitting here a while. Let's see if there's any oil left in it, or what's it look like. Let's pull a dipstick out here and see. It's actually pretty full here, as you can see, but it's nice and black and thick. I probably wouldn't want to run it on that long, so like I said, I did bring some oil with me. Might throw some different oil in this thing, because I don't want to take a chance of screwing anything up internal in the engine. And the where's the radiator cap here? Here we go. Let's take it off, see if this thing's got any coolant in it. Hopefully it does. Hopefully it was good where nothing froze over all the years of it sitting here. Don't get super cold around here, but it gets cold enough. Let's see. Man, I don't see anything down in there. It is pretty... Well, wait a minute. Yeah, there it is. It's about halfway down in there. You just can't see it on the camera. So at least I know it's got something in there. Probably have to add a little bit more to it, so I'll have to get some of that. Let's check the power steering fluid here. Make sure it's alright. It's down in there, but it's yeah, there it is. It's down in there, but you can't really see it. It's a little low though. It's just low enough it ain't showing up on the stick. I don't know if I can get the cap back on this thing. Thing looks like it's got some brake fluid in it. It's a little low, just between the min and max line, so nothing too low, so it'll be enough to move it on if we can get it to move. I don't know if these tires will hold any air. This one on the front here does not look good at all. As you can see, it is dry rotted. It's been sitting a good while. Brakes in there, I don't know if you can tell that or not, but they're nice and rusty. So let's get a battery, set in this thing here, see what comes on with the key. Hopefully the starter's still good from setting. I'm not sure, but let's see, find out. Alright, got a battery here. Let's set this battery down in here. Hopefully it'll fit. Yep, looks like it would. I don't know if the hood will close or not. That looks awful close, but might be good enough to get it running on. So let me kind of clean the terminals here on it real fast, and we'll hook this thing up, and you know, hopefully, like I said, hopefully we'll have power to some stuff. You never know when the stuff sets around. Mouse could have gotten there, ate something up, or you know, might not have a good connection on the starter or something. But let's hook this up and see if we got any arcage or anything like that. I'm not going to tighten them up. I'm just going to kind of stick them on there in case I got to pull it back off. Arcing a hair, but not enough to be concerned about. Could just be like a light or something's on or something. Alright, now let's go inside the car in there and see what comes on. I'm going to have to get in here on the passenger side because the other side's so tight against everything. So let's just, you know, reach through. Probably just sitting here on the passenger seat here, like this. Let's put the key here in the ignition. If I found the right key, it's a square looking one here. Let's put it in here, make sure this thing's in neutral. Well, I probably got to push the clutch down because it's probably got that safety, neutral safety switch. But let's just turn it on and see if anything even comes on the dash. Let's see here. Oh yeah, something made a noise. It's dinging. The voltage gauge actually came up, so I know it's getting power to some stuff then. That's good. Radio's trying to flash down there. Let's see, is anything working here? Is the blower come on? It's trying, and there it goes. Alright, there we go. It started blowing there. It took it a second to kick in. But, tell you what, I'm going to have to get on this side, I guess. Get my foot on that clutch so I can see if the thing can crank. So let me move some stuff over here on this side here, and we'll be right back. Alright, got a big enough spot here, I think enough to get this door open. Let's see if this door will even open up here. Oh yeah, there we go. And the dinger's working when you open it up. Let's see here, will this seat even go back anymore? It is way up, I think. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let me sit in here. Get my foot in here on the... Let's see here, push the clutch down. And let's see if this thing even want to crank over or not. Not sure if it will. No. Not getting nothing. That ain't a good sign. Okay, so now we got to figure out what is causing that. Man. No, man, I don't know if it's that neutral. Wait a minute, it might be the neutral safety switch. If I push the clutch up in and out real fast, it's actually trying to... I heard something out there, so let's try this again. Now I just hear the solenoid out there clicking. Probably a starter or solenoid or something, so let's go out there and see what we can figure out there. Well, it appears all the wiring here is actually on this thing. It's had some add-ons over the years, you can see here, but the wire running to it from the ignition switch though has actually got a little bad spot in there, but I think it was actually getting this to kick over a bit, so something might be, I don't know if it's this or if it's a starter. Hopefully it's not the starter, but let me get something, we'll tap on this, maybe cross it with the screwdriver and see if it'll crank, kind of jump over it. Not sure, so let's try that first. Alright, got a cheap screwdriver here. Let's see what'll happen here if I cross these two. And that don't look promising. Nothing. Yay. That ain't doing nothing there. It's not even trying to arc or anything. So that's showing me probably the starter's probably, I don't know, I could be wrong on this here. This here could have another solenoid out on the starter. I'd have to verify that. So maybe what I'm doing here might not actually do that, because I do know some of the Fords had two solenoids on them. I can't remember how they exactly are wired up. You can see this has a smaller wire going to it right here, so I would say it'd have to have another one. That's just probably triggering another one down there. So might have to get a jack this thing up, see what's going on with the starter. Alright, we jacked the car up here, took a screwdriver, tried crossing the solenoid, it still didn't do anything, so I got a feeling it's either the starter or I'm not getting power down to there, so I'm gonna lay under here, tap on the starter a few times. We'll try that. If not, start testing for power. If that don't work, I might take the starter off and go from there. So let's try this next. All right, after I got under there and hit on that thing a few times, hit on the solenoid, we got the engine to turn over. Here, hit the key. I'll show you here. It's turning over. Oh man, well, it actually hit off there after it sat here forever. Well, probably where we've been turning the key on and off a bunch. The fuel pump's priming itself. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and have him crank it up here and see if this thing will stay running. So I guess hit it. All right, well there you have it. After this thing sat here for 12 or 13 years, it actually fired up. But let's see if we can get this thing to run a little bit longer. I probably need to change the oil in it because that oil is really black and thick. Really don't want to leave that in there. And so let's do that. Then we'll let the thing down, see if these tires are holding air. I highly doubt they will, but we'll just have to see if this will. But so let's do that. I'll be right back. All right, well, we were going to run the thing a little bit longer, get the oil nice and warm before we drain it. But we figured out it's out of gas, so let's dump a little bit of gas in this thing, see if we can get warmed up before we drain that oil. All right, dumped about 4 gallons of gas in there. Let's see if this thing will fire up and see what happens. Alright, we put that new gas in there, you saw, and it took a little bit of cranking to get started, but it actually took off. It's idle now, it's on. So like I said, let's let this thing warm up, drain the oil, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we got jacked up here still. Let's see if we can get this oil drain pan plug here broke loose. We'll drain the oil on this thing and, go from there. Let's see here if this thing can break loose. Oh, okay, there we go. Alright. Let's see what this little looks like when we drain it. And it's pretty hot. Yep, there we go. Draining. This oil pan's got 2 drain plugs on it. It's got one back here in the back, got one here in the front. All these Fox Body Mustangs did. And so I'm going to let that one drain. And since it's all set so long, I'm going to go ahead and drain this one. Alright, now that's it drained there, let's go ahead and put this plug back in it here. And see if we can get this front one. So let me get this tight and we'll move up there. Okay, let's move up here. The plug's hidden up here under the sway bar kind of. I don't think you can see it there. There you go, it's right here. Let's see if this thing can break loose now. I got the short wrench, don't help. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I'm gonna get loose, move the old drain pan plug, old drain pan up here and drain this one. But I'm going to move this jack first. Okay, let's drain this one, see what will come out of it. There we go. Can't be much up in there. It's got to be about half a quart, all it looks like to me. But maybe less than that, maybe a quarter of a quart. But let this drain a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and get this oil filter switched out for a new one, and then we'll put some new oil on it. Alright, dump some oil in this thing, get filled up before I forget here, and don't want to start no oil in it. And then we'll see if these tires will hold air. If it does, we'll try, driving this thing, but I highly doubt they will, but we'll just have to see what we can get into. See if this tire here will take air. It's a little tight squeeze right here, kind of look funny, but anyhow, let's see here. I have no clue. Well, it's trying, but we'll see how long it'll hold air. It don't look too promising down here though at the bottom. I wouldn't trust it very long, I'll tell you that. We'll get this one aired up. We'll go try the back two, but they look the same way, so who knows what it'll do. All right, that should be good. Well, no, we got a leak out of the valve stem there, so might try to tighten that up and see what happens there. All right, let's try this one right here. I don't know if I might have to jack it up, but let's just give it a shot first for I waste time doing that. Yeah, it's trying. There we go. So I think this one here might hold air. Hopefully the valve stem doesn't leak like the other one, but we'll just have to see. Put a little tape on the other valve stem. We'll see if it'll hold it temporary, but who knows. Let's try this one right here. Hopefully it'll take air and we might be able to move this thing. Looking good so far. It's going up. The other side has a small leak in it, so we'll just have to see how long it lasts, but we'll see. Well, we got the tires aired up on it, so let's see now if the brakes are locked up on it. I have no clue. They look pretty rusty. I'll get in this thing, see if it'll fire up again after it's set around. If it does, we're going to pull it out there, and we might do a small burnout in it. We'll just see what happens. Alright, well, as you saw, we got this thing running here after it's set about 12 or 13 years, not too for sure on that, but you know what, we got it out, drove it around a little bit. It's got a flat tire, so we couldn't drive it a whole lot. It wouldn't hold air more than about a minute or so, but did a small little burnout as you saw, but you know what, hey, at least we got it moving. It ain't just sitting there now. Now we might be able to do more on it, not sure. Just have to see what they want to do with it. But thanks for watching and stay tuned, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.